I remember it like it was 20 years ago. Because it was. Around 1875, I think I was about 25 years old at that point. The West was how you'd imagine it to be. It was rural, we had a very tight-knit community, as far from the eastern United States as one can get. And as I said before, that was around 1875, right when everything changed. Somewhere between the 1870s and the 1890s, the West became almost unrecognizable. There were only 3 people present at the time of the crime, and it is a crime. The United States government, Philip H. Sheridan, and Cornelius Vanderbilt. All of them deny having anything to do with the severe issue that our community has been plagued with over the past years.
All I did was help the West. Internal improvements. Who in our great nation would be opposed to that?
I may have had all of the motivation and capability of committing this crime, but I didn't. Yeah, I killed some things.
My Western life is changing through internal improvements, the influx of white settlers, advancing agricultural technology, and I want to know who's behind it.
My name is Detective Bartholomew Kenkelnapper, and I am a retired police detective. I've seen this sort of thing a million times. The country changing, the collapse of the economy. I've heard it all before. This one feels different though. I've never seen an area be at the same time both positively and negatively affected by the Gilded Age.
Detective Bartholomew has been helping me through all of this. With his help, I'm positive that the culprit will be brought to justice.
My first suspect is Cornelius Vanderbilt. I've been watching him now for a couple days, and I've got to say, something in his railroad business doesn't sit right with me.
Yes, I control all the railroads. Does that mean that they're corrupt? Not necessarily. I have helped the West become a way more urban and integrated part of society. Shipping goods, people, all of it was because of me. Yes, I know that they will mostly remain rural, but that's beside the point. My railroads have provided nothing but good for Western society.
I will give the man some credit. He has provided us with cheaper, easier, and safer travel. He's allowed the market to expand out west, and don't get me wrong, all of that is great and all, but Vanderbilt controls all of it. He created the monopoly, bought out all the competition, and soon the railroads became corrupt.
I take it you had to use a lot of empty land to build your railroads on.
Well, yeah.
A lot of that land was inhabited by bison. What happened to them?
We had to move locations to work around the scheduling for the bison.
Yeah, I'm a bison.
It's just really hard, you know?
It's a common misconception that railroads killed most of mankind, but in fact, it was always the white settlers.
Ever since the warring that we've had, more and more people moving into our homes. New settlers and some of our native friends have gotten into a dispute over land. It's been rough, watching it all go down.
We were getting killed by Native Americans, but it was fine because it was a healthy amount of us.
But there's another man, I think his name is Philip H. Sheridan.
Philip H. Sheridan. That worthless piece of man led an army to kill all of our kind. At the end of the Civil War, there were still 20 million of us left. Now, there's only 1,000 of us.
Yeah, I killed them. What was I supposed to do? Did you want me to not help all the new settlers find a place to live?
He ruined my life.
I didn't bring more settlers to the West. That was oil and lumber and more farming opportunities. I'm innocent here.
I know what the white settlers and the railroads did to my home, but I know there's more to it than that.
Oi, mate, you want to tell us about the Dawes Act?
What's there to tell? People were moving to the West. They needed land. All I did was provide for them.
Most of that land was meant for the natives, though, wasn't it?
Our original plan was to distribute small parcels of land out to Native families and auction off the leftovers to whites. Didn't work out. The land was mostly given to white settlers, causing Native families to lose a significant amount of land.
Oi, mate, would you mind talking about that promise of 160 acres of land to new settlers?
Yeah, anyone who paid a small filing fee could stake a claim to 160 acres of land. It's as simple as that.
The government also gave out loans to farmers, correct?
We were just helping out the community.
You know, mate, a lot of farmers, including Mr. Clark over there, weren't able to pay back those debts with the change of market.
So, what happened to your crops?
My family and I, we worked hard. Good workers my kids were, but taking out all these loans and the changing economy left us selling our crops at a loss. We stopped making money years ago.
The government didn't do much as far as regulating railroad productions, so I wouldn't say that I'm really the one to blame for all of this. I didn't promise myself this land. Just say, you know, I actually play the guitar. Do you guys want to hear something?
Feels like this mystery will never end.
You know what happened to Kinkle Napper?
He just got a little too close for comfort.
This is bigger than all of us. Bigger than Abraham, Vanderbilt, the Bison, and even Philip. The world is changing, and I think the culprit is bigger than we think.
See the fire in your eyes. See the fire in your eyes.
I was scared of dentists and the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. Yeah, the magician's assistant in their dream. And they come unstuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song.